cybersecurity is not a single man's fight, in as much as I'm your front soldier and your captain. But this is a fight. This is a fight that would fight together. And of course, I trust my able colleagues. We would start changing our passwords. We would stop sharing our passwords to a third party. We would stop clicking on links that we are not sure of. And we would make Parliament a safer place. Thank you very much.
I think he deserves another round of applause. Well, I haven't heard from our cyber security chief or expert, cyber security levy, Captain Cyber Security Levy. He's done a fantastic job. He's actually proven that he's indeed an expert in cyber security. Nothing was, on the chat for display. Ladies and gentlemen, just put your hand up, you identify yourself, your designation, and you share your own cybersecurity experience of what you've learned so far. Thank you very much. So, I fast go, fast leg, and Sansas. Sabia?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Levy, for your brilliant information you've given us about cybersecurity. From what I've understood from your information, I'm Lani Ensa. I'm the Quality Assurance Officer at the Department of CSPs. So, I've really come to understand from the information given out to us that yes. Shall we please have one gathering? Okay, please. So, I've come to really understand that.
Honorable staff, order.
Thank you very much. I've come to understand that most of the victims we normally have from cybersecurity is from human over-ambitiousness in any opportunity we see online. That is the cause of us being fallen a victim of cybersecurity. But if we minimize those opportunities we do see online by involving ourselves in those opportunities, we hardly be victim of cybersecurity. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's true. So my appetite.
Hello and good afternoon. This is Kate Tyrone is my name, Producer Officer PBO. What I've learned this morning is that we should make sure to change our passwords on our phone or computers or whatsoever device you're using regularly, and make sure you do not negotiate your password with anyone to secure your reputation or whatsoever you hold so much dear. Thank you.
Any other contribution? You have to take time. Video calls, not careless, so don't lose card. Video calls.
Joseph Contes, my name, Director of ICT. Firstly, I want to say thanks to Mohammed Levy for a very concise and that we will undertake in this one activity. Within the 4 weeks, we will also have awareness sessions that we'll be conducting at the CSPS training center. And not only those interactive sessions, we'll also be sending out digital modules that will help all of us in parliament to protect the event and also that we take care of our digital assets. We'll be sending those videos coming to you through your WhatsApp and through your official Facebook page of parliament. Also sending other awareness messages through flyers and tweets. I just want to inform you that today is the only day we will continue to exercise and awareness. It starts and will continue to the end of this month. Just one thing I want to share with all of us. I think based on all of the talent we share, I pick out 3 words which I want to share with us. It was as simple: 1, prevent; 2, protect; and 3, digital assets. So what happens? All of us, like he said, we are in the fight together. Firstly, we need to prevent our information from hackers. How do we prevent it? Either by not sharing our password, 1, and also by changing our password, 2, 3, by not putting an information or a link that comes up. You are invited to social program, click. If you do not do these 3 things, it means you will be able to prevent your information from hackers. 2, to protect. How do you protect and what you protect? You protect your digital assets. We download online. Anytime we download those pirate softwares, what happens? It will come with a loophole, and that loophole automatically sits in our computer, and it will gather our information, and it is sent to that person that developed that software. He did not develop it for free. He developed it to make more money. So what he has done, he has sent that so-called pirate software. Once you access it, through it, the person will access your information. And at the end of the day, he will get what he wants. So I think these are 3 keywords for us: prevent, protect, and our digital assets. Thank you.
And it's one that needs to be treated with utmost seriousness. And for me personally, I think one thing I also learned from the session is that we have to learn to pay attention to details. For the most part, when you open your computer or you're on the internet, specific instructions will come. But because by human nature, for the most part, we are impatient to even read, like you said, even when they say agree to the terms and conditions, we just say agreed. And we will not even take our time to see what is in there. So maybe that is one takeaway I personally would like to follow going forward. But what I also would appreciate if you could explain to me is, how do I have to know that this email I've received is legitimate and this one is illegitimate? I have had instances you are actually expecting an email, perhaps you shared your contact or compliment with somebody and the email was delivered in the inbox, you check and then you see it in the spam. And sometimes some other illegitimate also comes to the inbox. So, like the one we are saying about the trainings, maybe you are expecting training invitations, but you're not too sure who is sending it. And then this email comes, you are required to take certain actions. How am I going to know that this is legitimate and this one is not legitimate? Thank you so much.
Before I give our Esquire to be, the principal, and they could use it to blackmail you. And you should be sensitive as well, whether it's at home or other places. Some people just set camera to exploit you. They use it as a means. So in some circumstances, we put our phones aside. I don't call it. Don't tap it. No, you know why? Because if it comes out, it becomes a reputational damage. So it is a serious issue that we are laughing. So take note. Let's have Noah Toby.
Thank you very much. I stand on existing protocol. I want to commend the presenter. Of course, the subject matter is so much crucial, especially in the era of AI. AI is so powerful. When you are presenting, AI came to mind, you know. But then you noted um, you noted 2 points. One, you gave emphasis on the administration of your password, management of your password. Then two, you spoke about the 2021 attack, cyber attack. Of course, I've also read about that. Of course, the subject matter itself is also crucial for our institution, because this is not this. In fact, it has happened in places like Indonesia. There was a time, Indonesia is predominantly Islamic state. There was a time they wanted to pioneer a bill on like we have the abortion bill, the safe motherhood bill. But then because it's so Islamically preeminent of the state, what they did is hackers. They used the parliament, because the parliament that ratified those laws. So they used parliament. They presented not our speaker really. They presented the speaker of that parliament actually endorsing, oh, that abortion bill is good. They presented it was kind of AI cyber something they did, and it led to a very violent protest. By then they had the president Anwar Ibrahim also. So coming to the aspect of the very cyber security itself, the law, I'm looking at it from that perspective. The law, you may want to ask yourself, why is there an extant provision that says when you one, if you are aware or you seem to be having knowledge that someone is hacking the system, you seem to be having some knowledge that someone hacking the system, but then you refuse to say it out. You refuse to give it information to management. It's a crime. Why is it that the victim is being prosecuted? The reason, just what he said, that even our bank is impossible that we may have collaborators, people who collaborate with those hackers. So in the same vein of Sierra Leone Parliament, let us be conscious about it. Within our domain, a very sensitive law, this very state abortion law, it has not been passed up till now. So please let us be watchful. And I don't know, Mr. Director of ICT, I don't know how you manage our site, but then we have to be careful that we do not wake up one morning, astaghfirullah, God forbid. We see the table clerks, our MPs, everybody, where Mr. Speaker putting the question, all in favor say aye to the safe abortion, as an AI strategy. You see, so please, it's very good, and I do appreciate it so much. Maybe for me, it was even economical. There are a lot of things that have to do with it, but I say thanks to him.
I wish you were a Christian Gebao. You would have made it to the pulpit. But you are a Muslim. That's why I said I wish you were. So before we get Kandefino, and we get Mr. Levy to come in, and then we see how best we'll get another round. We have passed the Freedom of Information Act, okay? The Right to Access Information Act. And then we had some issues 3 years ago, but there was no law for the prosecution of cybercrime. And eventually it was enacted, okay? The Cybercrime Act of 2021. The trust is to protect, is to prevent, and to prosecute on issues relating to cybercrimes. But before I delve into the trust of what I want to say, I could not agree the more with you speaking on AI. Recently, I was watching Tupac, my man, and Kobe Bryant chatting. Could you imagine that? Tupac and Kobe Bryant they were chatting. The same for Tupac and Bruce Lee. They were chatting. So you see, that's the power of AI. So for some of us, if you say you see me at London, I will say that's my AI version. We'll argue with AI as the defense. That's not the original, that's the duplicate, the fake one. So AI could possibly a defense as well.
Yeah, in the guest house.
But then Tanjala Esquire and Fatmata Esquire, they will argue, and their upcoming boy, my boy, is a potential lawyer, Samuka. They will talk to you about the threshold of evidence. What forms evidence? He's a very, a potential lawyer, and these are fantastic lawyers that we have in our midst. But then, with all of these concerns, I want the cybersecurity unit in our department, in collaboration with the Ministry of Information and Communication Technology, that as a country, we must try to promote by way of enacting a Data Protection Act. We don't have a Data Protection Act as a country. That should be the trust. Because if we are talking about information management, protection of information, because for example, if you want to download the app for WhatsApp, they will ask you to allow or to deny for them to have access to your pictures, your recordings, and all information on your tablet. So it is very, very sensitive. Sometimes they say end-to-end encrypted. These apps are not being, even the app we're using as a parliament, we did not develop it. You have the host. The host has access to all of the data. So how do we as a country protect our information and communication infrastructure? I recommend by proposing the enactment of a data protection bill for the Republic of Sierra Leone. In the circumstances, let us hear Lebi again, and then we'll take another round. Captain, cybersecurity. Canefino will come in. Thereafter, we'll have another round. Are you from Penembu? Are you from Penembu?
Thank you, Dr. Sheku, and colleague staff. Thank you for your comments you made. These are very important comments, and I'm happy you note them down. And I'm happy that parliamentary staffers are also following the trend. That means we are in the game. We are maintaining it. And we'll get past this. So let me start with your recommendation, Director Sheku. Yes, the ministry have taken that into consideration, and there is the bill, because it's at the draft stage currently. In fact, it's not with MOCTI, it's with Information, Ministry of Information, instead of Ministry of Communication. So yes, to start with, yes, the ministry has started working on a draft for data protection policies. Of course, yes, we as a country, not only just Parliament, we as a country has the right to our information. We have the right to be in control of who has access to what, when, and how. So when these things come up, most of the time we ask ourselves this one question. When I post on Facebook and I delete that photo, is it actually deleted? Facebook have over 15 to 25 servers globally for redundancy issues and for speed. So when you upload your photo, it's shared with all. We also have Amazon.uk and we have Amazon.com. Every country has the right to their information, has the right issues. we would be knowing now where our data are hosted. Because in other countries, it's a laid down procedure. Our data does not go out of our jurisdiction, and it stays there. If you want to operate in their country, you bring your server. You must have a data center there. All their information is stored locally, and it doesn't leave their shores. As a third world country, we have little refineries. Of times now we hear about data mining. It's becoming the new oil. That's where people are turning to. Because you're leaving parliament now, even going to a distance as short as model. You might on your way chat, check Facebook, or do some activities that generate data. So constantly, you on a daily basis, per second, you're generating data. So the earlier there is a policy that speaks to how that data is being processed, stored, and transferred, the better for us as a nation. And which I'm sure that the ministry will do due diligence on that and give us a better and a much more beneficial data protection law. So going further, Mr. Givau stressed out about what was it again? AI. AI is the new lead now. That is taking over. It's taking over the world, I would say. Doesn't mean that it's going to take over the job of a human. All the humans need now is to rise up. AI is just making our job easy. It's not taking our job. It's making it easy. I, as a cybersecurity professional now, I can put down series of activities, series of commands to check series of servers at the same time. And AI can help me speed up that process. It doesn't mean I would not be of value. In fact, if you take the human aspect out of the equation, then we'll start hacking AI. So AI just make the job easy.
Captain Cyber, let me a quick interjection. But have you seen robotic women that have been built? Robots, women. They will replace our women in future if we don't take our time. Have you seen them? No, they don't give back. They don't give back, but they are robots. And they are performing human functions.
For example.
So you see,
what is taken out of that context? What is taken out of that context is humor.
okay.
They would replace, but the humor, AI cannot give you the humor.
But AI can speak well romantically. AI women can speak well.
And again, director also asked about how you detect legitimate and illegitimate emails. Of course, as I told you earlier on, there will be lots of grammatical errors in them, spelling mistakes. And if it is well crafted, like well crafted, there would be a replacement of characters maybe where an I should be, a small I, they can actually replace an L with an uppercase I. And there are sites that do check whether these emails are legitimate or these URLs are legitimate or whether they contain malicious contents or not. So you can always check these websites. I'll share them in the coming posts. I don't want to give you a spoiler now. So these are sites that you can always visit to reconfirm whether your emails are legitimate, they are coming from a legitimate source or not. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, the number is dwindling. The number is dwindling. The number is reducing, and we'll take attendance. So you will get a neighbor call and say they will take attendance. So we'll not do it. Oh, but man, it's a big cake, yeah. Only place almost empty. Please call on them. We are expecting the minister to join us, and statements will be made, and then we get vote of thanks before we leave. This is a serious matter. So call your neighbor because when I know roots now. Ruth and who? My stand up, let them recognize you as protocol. You're one. He's the only male that is a protocol serving the Parliament of the Republic of Sierra Leone. But Olona and HRO.
Let me just emphasize, we are definitely going to take attendance.
Okay. All right. Okay. The deputy clerk has stated categorically clear that they're going to take attendance and actions will be taken. So call your neighbor. HR the play. People suffer 50% pay cut. It's a serious matter. So when it has to do with HR, even myself as a director, initially I started SO2 for toll line for register to Bandi. It was later a decision was reached that directors and deputy directors would have to access registration through their phones. So don't play with HR. Don't play with HR. Canefino, the floor is yours. No, Levy has gone out to take some negotiations, to do some negotiations for us to get the minister. Just share your experience. Do you have a question for him? Yeah. You want to share experience? Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate Mr. Levy. In fact, you take him to be a captain, but I take him to be a major. Because he has done justice to this particular topic. Actually, my own area of concern has been the economic aspect, these financial transactions. I have suffered a lot because in most cases, I have endeavored to procure online using the internet or whatever. But most times they ask me, for my bank account. But the moment they get to my PIN, I say, I don't mix video. I become afraid because I have heard of.
It's a case of Tegolo. Have you listened that?
No.
Okay. You have to learn from that.
So for some procurement that I would have done, I just can't do them because I'm afraid. You see, even my man sitting closer to me, well, again, this local thing that they call already money.
Okay.
For some of us, when we go to withdraw or to send money, especially when we go to withdraw, we share our PIN. You understand? We tell the agent, let me PIN and you understand? Well, like my man here, he did the same thing. They're not going to 5 block. Well, look at him. So you see, these are, and the other time I paid for this weekly orange subscription. That money I never got back.
Yeah.
That money I never got back. I went to the orange office more than 5 times. They said, yes, we see the money, we see it, but I never got the service that I paid for. So these are some of the things I had wanted Mr. Levy to really tell us or show us what we should do in order to protect ourselves from being victim from those particular problems. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Minister, you are recognized. The minister has just joined us now. So, kind of, that's a very important one. Maybe you do some bilateral engagement with Mr. Levy thereafter. But for the local context, for those that will ask you orange money, that to send money via orange money that you mentioned, for whatever reasons, just tell the person that my orange money is down, or I don't have enough in my wallet. Because sometimes if you wire transport, the person will not come with that AI. It's by way of paying the price. So just say my orange or Afri money is not working, it's down. These are sharp tidbits, take note. So you'll encourage him thereafter. The backbenchers, the middle seats, man, and tough for spyanda. And no one knows him. So please, you have empty seats here. Please occupy the empty seat as we are about to get the formalities for the purpose for which we are here. The Deputy Minister of Youth Affairs of the Government of the Republic of Sierra Leone, the Deputy Clerk of the Parliament of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Madam Director General of the Parliament of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Directors, Deputy Directors, Principals, Senior Officers, and other officers of the House here present. Without much ado, we've gone through some of the preliminaries for purposes for which we are gathered here in respect of cybersecurity. Today, the Minister is here to support awareness raising relating to cybersecurity. And of course, members of the high table, we are patient since 10 o'clock this morning. We are gathered here to discuss issues around cybersecurity. Of course, I'm about to present somebody whom you know, somebody who once served as senior prefect at the Bow School, president for NUS. And let me bring it to your attention, that is one of those at the heat of the war who had an interview at the BBC calling on the international community to intervene in the civil conflict that ruined over 50,000 lives in the Republic of Sierra Leone and ended in the year 2002. In the year 2000, to be specific. He's somebody who also served as programs consultant for Westminster Foundation for Democracy. Of course, he's my teacher. He taught me what we used to say, chick and the river, but the Nigerians say chike and the river. He was my teacher at the Sierra Leone Muslim Congress Boys Secondary School. He's a man full of humility and resilience, very patient and a very faithful man. All of us were in the federation, which we refer to as SOAS Federation, myself, him, Director Joseph. But later, we are not Ojuku that had wanted to secede, to move from the Federation of Nigeria, but due to negotiations and performance on the job, we succeeded in gaining our independence. He went and served as Director of DPREP, later Acting Clerk of Parliament. He served diligently. You see, when you serve and you serve diligently, the reward is from the Lord. He tried for other higher positions. He did not get it. He waited. He waited humbly. And today, having gone through a competitive process, he's a substantive deputy clerk of the Parliament of the Republic of Sierra Leone. A round of applause for Gilbert Bosconabe as I invite him to make a statement. Gilbert Bosconabe. If I had attended both school, I would have said cut off.
The acting minister of Youth Affairs, the Director General of the Parliament of Sierra Leone, directors and deputy directors, distinguished staff, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great honor and a deep sense of responsibility that I stand before you today to launch or provide some information regarding our Cybersecurity Awareness Month. We are about to launch the Cybersecurity Month under the theme Cybersecurity for a Resilient Parliament, with the tagline Building Strength, Resilience and Confidence in our legislative processes. In today's world, parliaments across the globe have become prime targets for cyber attacks. These threats are not abstract, they are real, persistent, and evolving on a daily basis. They aim not only to disrupt our systems, but also to undermine democracy, erode public trust, and compromise national security. As the people's representatives, it is our duty to ensure that the Parliament of Sierra Leone remains secure, resilient, and confident in the face of these digital risks. Cybersecurity is no longer just a technical issue. It is a matter of governance, accountability, and national resilience. Every click, every email, and every system we use has the potential to either strengthen or weaken the integrity of this institution. This is why it is this year's theme that we have identified, and I can confidently say that it is timely and essential for this engagement. This initiative also aligns directly with the President's big 5 game changers. Cybersecurity is a silent enabler across all of them. Under fees alone, protecting digital agriculture platforms ensures transparency in subsidies, mechanization, and food distribution systems. Under human capital development, it secures digital classrooms and safe online platforms, which will be critical for building the next generation of educated and empowered Sierra Leoneans. Under the Youth Employment Scheme, cybersecurity creates new jobs for our young people, from ethical hackers to digital forensic experts, transforming them into guardians of our digital economy. Under revamping the public sector architecture, embedding cybersecurity strengthens e-governance, protects public records, and ensures that reforms are built on trust and resilience. And under technology and infrastructure, cybersecurity is the backbone that secures broadband, data centers, energy systems, and every layer of our national digital infrastructure. Through this month's initiatives, we aim to, one, raise awareness by equipping members of parliament and staff with the knowledge to identify and respond to cyber threats. Two, build capacity by training our teams in safe practices, incident response, and digital resilience. Three, foster a culture of security, because cybersecurity is not just the job of a few, but the responsibility of all of us. Over the coming weeks, the cybersecurity unit under the ICT department will engage in training sessions, awareness campaigns, simulation exercises, and policy dialogues. These initiatives are designed not just to protect our networks, but also to strengthen confidence in the legislative process and to demonstrate that the Parliament of Sierra Leone is committed to safeguarding democracy in the digital age. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let us remember that the resilience of our Parliament is the resilience of our nation. A secure Parliament means stronger laws, trusted governance, and a safer Sierra Leone. As we are about to launch the Cybersecurity Awareness Month, I call on each and every one of us to be vigilant, proactive, and committed. Together, we can build a parliament that is not only a withstand to today's cyber threats, but also leads the way in shaping a resilient digital future for our country. I thank you all for your attention, and may this Cyber Security Month inspire all of us to act with vigilance and purpose. God bless the Parliament of Sierra Leone, and God bless Sierra Leone. I thank you.
Another round of applause for the Deputy Clerk of the Republic of Sierra Leone. He is indeed a teacher. He speaks with savvy, finesse, and audibility. Thank you very much, Mr. Deputy Clerk, for laying a solid foundation for purposes for which we are gathered here. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a young, ambitious, aspiring, and dynamic young man who recently joined us. He had worked for national and international organizations, including former United Nations Youth Project expert. I think that's the more reason why he had won the confidence and admiration of His Excellency the President, Brigadier retired Dr. Julius Madabio, to have appointed him to serve in the current capacity in which he is. Following his appointment, he was sent in here through the office of the clerk to face the committee of appointments, and the public service. Here in this room, where he was interviewed, SO2, the Igbale of Parliament. This is where he was scrutinized, and he convinced the members, the 16 members of that committee, chaired by the leader of government business, and he was deemed fit and suitable for recommendation to the plenary for approval. And indeed, the plenary deliberated on him, and he was indeed marked passed to serve as Minister of State. Ladies and gentlemen, let us put our hands together for Patrick Michelson Jibrila, the Acting Minister of Youth Affairs, to make the keynote address. Mr. Minister.
Thank you very much. I am tempted to say, for this very purpose, I'm not a Moscow boy, because I will be surely drilled by the Deputy Clerk of Parliament. Thank you very much for these opportunities. Mr. Clerk, Deputy Clerk, Director General, staff of the esteemed House of Honor, thus the Parliament of the Republic of Sierra Leone, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It gives me honor to address this august gathering. And indeed, our nation, as we talk about government commitment to building a cyber resilient Sierra Leone. Today is not just about technology. It is about trust. It is about safety. And it's all about the kind of future we are building for our young people in the digital age. Since 2018, Mr. Clark, when His Excellency retired Brigadier Julius Madabio and the Sierra Leone People's Party went before the people in 2018, we made a simple but powerful promise that the new direction would be one of innovation, transparency, and opportunity. Even then, President Bio understood that the intent could either unite or divide us, empowered or endangered us. He warned that Sierra Leone must not just go digital, but go safely digital. And from the very first year in his office, this government turned that promise into action. We reformed the information communication sector, we improved digital access, and we began crafting the legal tools to protect our citizens online. 2021, we delivered the Cybersecurity and Crime Act, Sierra Leone's first major law against cybercrime. It was not easy, but it was necessary. And I must commend this honorable House, because that law passed with bipartisan support. The House had 5 representatives then. We had the C4C, we had the APC, we had Independent, we had NGC, and that of the Sierra Leone People's Party, SLPP. That movement shows that when it comes to protecting our nation, we can rise above party colors and individual selves. But Mr. Clark, Director General, the Sierra Leone People's Party government do not stop at passing a law. We went further as a government. We built the institution that makes the law work. We created the Ministry of communication, technology, and innovation after the second inning of His Excellency, the President, 2023. We established the National Cybersecurity Coordination Center. And in January 2025, we launched a computer security incident report team together with a digital forensic laboratory. These are not ideas on paper, Mr. Clark, Director General. These are functioning systems working today to protect government network, financial system, and the private lives of our noble citizens of the Republic of Sierra Leone. That is what is meant to move from vision to delivery. And the very reason we have a talk and do president. Fellow citizens, young people who are the most users of the media, cyber threats are no longer abstract theories. They are real, they are costly, and they are deeply personal. Globally, cyber crime drain more than 10 trillion United States dollars from the world economy every year. Here in Africa, we lost an estimated $4 billion annually, money that would have gone into school, hospitals, jobs, and other relevant things. But beyond money, there are human costs. The cost of cyberbullying, cost of online harassment, cost of misinformation that tears families and communities apart. The Global Peer Research study found out that over half of teenagers in developed countries see online harassment as a major problem. Across Africa, 1 in every 3 young people have been bullied or abused online. Now imagine that Sierra Leone, where 70% of our population is under 35, and where over half of the young people are online on a daily basis through their mobile phones. We are young. We are connected. We're a hopeful nation. But that all means we are exposed as a nation. This is why events like these are so important. It protects the people who are mostly online, mostly vocal, and mostly vulnerable. That's the young people. Mr. Clark, Director General of Parliament, cyber threats are not just directed at ordinary citizens. Even the first family of this republic, His Excellency retired Brigadier Julius Madabio, and his beloved wife, First Lady, have faced targeted online abuse, lies, and coordinated misinformation campaigns. But to rather respond with bitterness or anger, the president chose leadership. He turned that personal experience into a national reform fast-tracking laws, creating institutions, and leading by example. He showed us that true leadership turns pain into progress. And that cybersecurity is about people, not just your computer or your phone. Let me again salute this noble house, a house of honor. When we passed the Cybersecurity and Crime Act in 2021, we saw something rare unity in purpose. Members from all sides stood together because everyone understood that digital safety is a national security issue, not a partisan talking point. Since then, Parliament has provided the oversight, the budget, the legitimacy indeed for our cyber institutions to function effectively and efficiently. That unity must continue. That unity must continue. Because a secure Sierra Leone required a united parliament. Colleagues, one of the dangerous cyber threats we face today is misinformation. To detect and respond quickly. We invest in public education so people can spot fake news. We partner with social media companies to promote responsible online behaviors. And most importantly, we protect freedom of speech, ensuring no one is punished for expressing honest opinion. We are defending both truth and freedom because one cannot survive without the other. Mr. Clark, Director General, as the Acting Minister of Youth and Substantive Deputy Minister of Youth, I know the heart of our nation effort lies with our young people. They are our connected generation, learning, working, and creating online every day. But they are also the most exposed to online scams, bullying, exploitation, and misinformation. That's why we're introducing digital literacy and cyber safety clubs in school from the Ministry of Youth Affairs, and training cyber ambassadors who will take the message of online safety to every district, every region, and every town. Our goal is simple: to raise a generation of cyber smart citizens who can protect themselves and their country. From the campaign trail in 2018 to this strategy one and to this very year 2025, the record is clear. The SLPP-led government under President Bio have consistently delivered. We have passed the Cyber Security Crime Act 2021. We established the Ministry of Communication, Technology and Innovation, created the NCC and the CREST and the Digital Forensic Lab, embedded cybersecurity within the Big Five game changer, and partners with ECOWAS, the EU, and the Council of Europe to meet international standards. Clark, Director General, colleagues, this is not a promise. These are proof of performance. Mr. Clark, Director General, the future will be digital, where we prepared or not. But under the SLPP government, led by His Excellency President Julius Madabio, Sierra Leone is not waiting for the future. We are shaping the future. We have moved from vision to law, from law to institutions, and from institutions to impact. Now, let us move together. Government, opposition, legislative, private sector, civil society, and the youth to protect this shaped digital space. Because a cyber resilient Sierra Leone is not a safer country, it is a stronger, smarter, and more united country. Clark, Director General, I may have to repeat this again, because a cyber resilient Sierra Leone is not just a safer country, it is a stronger, smarter, and more united country. May God bless you all. May God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone. One digital future, one Sierra Leone. On this note, I hereby declare this month as Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and it is open. Thank you very much.
I could not say them more. Like the content? All right. I thought you want to leave us. I could not say them more. The minister has spoken to the heart for which we are here. Thank you very much, Acting Minister of Youth Affairs, for speaking truth to the issues. And all of what he had said is in consonance with the First Amendment Act of the Constitution of the United States of America that promotes freedom of expression, freedom of assembly, the right to petition. So I think our government is following laws, rules, and regulations, and also Section 25 of the Constitution speaks to freedom of speech and of expression. But make sure you do so responsibly. Because if you do otherwise to threaten the security and survival of the state, then the government has responsibility to intervene and protect the survival and growth of the state. For those who admire Idi Amin, former president of Uganda, he will say, he will only guarantee you freedom after speech and not before speech. So, in the circumstances, we'll pause for official group photo. Where's Dr. Jimmy, sir? Yeah, okay. We don't want that space there because I want us to rise and get the official. Okay, Levy, you fill that gap. Levy, fill that gap. Now some man they take survival. The man pick injury, they put inside. Now for score, smile well on that photo. So we'll take the official photo, and then we'll give us maybe a 5-minute talk, and then we'll get the vote of thanks. And then we'll get the vote of thanks and depart. Thank you very much. Let us rise for the official photo. Thank you. Hope all of us are captured. Sure. Thank you. Thank you. Levy, you've heard the cries of the people that you've had 1 hour talk. You've had 1 hour talk already. So, on that note, is it Elizabeth Tarawali? Or you want to do the vote of thanks on our behalf? Lebi has graciously accepted your woes. You know that he has spoken a lot. So he's a listening man. So Elizabeth K. Tarawali, we invite you for the official vote of thanks. Josephine, thank you very much. I think I was thinking of Elizabeth Blanco. Josephine.
Sorry.
The floor is yours. Thank you.
Mr. Minister, Deputy Clerk, Madam DG, Directors, Deputy Directors, members of the Fourth Estate, senior colleagues, and all staffers, I greet you all in the name of God. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who contributed to the success of this event on cybersecurity. Your involvement, insight, and expertise have impacted us all. To our speakers, thank you for sharing your knowledge, your experiences, your presentation have undoubtedly enhanced our understanding of cybersecurity threats and solutions. To the organizers, thank you for your tireless effort in making this event possible. Your dedication to cybersecurity awareness is truly appreciated. Let us all prioritize cybersecurity and work together to a safer digital landscape. Thank you all, and let's stay secured.
Thank you very much. At this point, I will now invite the I table to retire. Followed by the staff. In the circumstances, this meeting is adjourned, signed die. Thank you very much.
Gracias.